¿Qué pasa, familia de dinero? I am your host, Champion El Dinero. Welcome back, and I appreciate you clicking on this video. I am a truck driver taking a detour towards wealth, and I hope that you guys join me for the ride. Thank you so much, like I said, and we're going to shout out those that joined the brand new Discord that's available now, and one person that decided to, spend $1 and got the fantasy Pennystock football. Unfortunately, it doesn't show me a name. But thank you so much. It means a lot. Something that I made, and somebody is willing to just $1. If $1 is all I make, I'm overjoyed. You have no idea. But we're gonna be talking about my kind of concerns when it comes down to the thought of a reverse split. Why it might not happen. Don't get too carried away. We'll talk about all that. But before we do, I kind of want to allow myself to tell you guys something. I had a rough day here in the truck. It was a rough day. I had my cousin, we talk on our headset and stuff like that, and he was there. He was having kind of complications within his day. He's also a truck driver. Shout out to cdl.keiko on YouTube. And the one thing that I realized is that and I've been doing trucking, it'll be 4 years coming up, but I've been doing trucking for 4 years almost, and it's tough. It is tough. You have moments where it's calm, it's nice, and I learned so much about trucking. But one thing that I realized within the stock market is very much like your life. And there were times where I had Zap Motor Vehicles. It was a penny stock at the time. It's concurrently still considered a penny stock, but it was at 50 cents, and I bought quite a few of them. I saw it go down, and I was like, it was around like 50 cents or 80, it was something around there. And I bought quite a few of them. It dropped down, and the biggest lesson that I learned was never sell off at all. I mean, you can sell off if you think it's a total loss. You think that, hey, I can recoup it. It's been sitting stale money. It's almost at zero. I'd rather lose it. But that next week, it took off to the $15 range. And trust me, I lost $15,000. Potential. When it comes down to trucking, I was very frustrated in the beginning of it. I was faced with a lot of obstacles within my personal life that a lot of people would pretty much cease to have any motivation to continue on. But the one thing that I did was I buckled down, and I did jump, and I had one job that was geared me towards making six figures. And this was earlier on, my first year in trucking. And unfortunately, due to my lack of emotional intelligence, and I would base things off of feelings, I went ahead and left. Concurrently, that job, I ran into somebody that I work with. He trained me. Really nice guy. Really appreciate him. He told me that he's making not just over six figures, but I think it was 135,000, 140,000 a year. Now, that's a tough job, don't get me wrong, but it's not a job that I couldn't do. Sometimes just sitting somewhere, like my current position, is the best thing that you should do. And like I said, I'm attaching this to the stock market. A lot of individuals see numbers all day. I see the road. I see people making bad decisions or right decisions. I've seen, trucks go on fire. I've seen crashes. I've seen a bunch of different things. I've had gone through a lot of things. And the one thing that I realized is that if I sit still sometimes and I allow myself to think before I act out of emotions, I will succeed. Now, fear is a strong emotion, and fear is sometimes a constant thing, at least on a daily basis, where I have to, face. And a lot of people don't have to face fear. They don't think about, I go out to my car and I drive and somebody could make a mistake. These are things that I think about on a daily basis. So when it comes down to Holo, and what we're going to be talking about, this might be a long video, we're going to be talking about certain things to set yourself up for everything. And I understand, I'm a blue-collar man working, taking, like I said, a detour towards wealth. And it's not easy. If it were easy, everybody would be making millions, as my cousin would say. But let's go ahead and shout out. I got one comment from last video. If you guys are so inclined to, leave a comment, you get shouted out here in the video. But Pablo, shout out to you. You're a cool trucker. Thanks for your time And no, I have to say thank you for your time. You're watching a channel that, you know, doesn't have millions of subscribers, doesn't have thousands of subscribers. We're in the hundreds, and I'm grateful for that. I mean, we have taken off tremendously just in the month that I uploaded, really. So I appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. We also have new members on the Discord. Shout out to you guys. And as I build it up, and it's really, I'll definitely try to do as much as I can in order to, you know, communicate with you guys. But we have Lesnar, shout out to you. We have Username, shout out to you. Daint, and we got Matt, we have David. Shout out to everybody in the Discord. I will try to plan and kind of like give you guys updates and you know, some stocks that you should look out for. Now, Holo, we have no news, man. It's been the news that we got was in form of an SEC filing about the meeting that they're going to be holding next Thursday for the people in the U.S. on the 27th, or the Friday for everybody in China. And we've seen that Holo is not telling us a whole bunch, and people are making speculations, moves, and everything like that. We have those that put their life savings into Holo, keeps buying Holo as it goes lower and lower. Let me tell you something. I found a new stock, and you know, earlier today it was on the move, and I was like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. It's on the move, and so I bought it, and it tanked. And this is just a micro. It tanked. It went all the way. It went from like $1 this morning to 76 cents, and I bought it at $1. Later on, it took off later in the day to $1.18. And this is what's crazy. Just earlier, its bottom was 52 cents. It was on a downward trajectory day by day by day by day. And one day, it decided to pop up to $1. Now, one thing I have to say is, what happens if you're the individual that sold the day before, the week before? What if you were like me and, you know, you held Zap and then saw it go down, sold it, and for that next week you miss out on $15,000 potentially if you get it from the bottom into the top? It's a gut-wrenching feeling. I had to deal with it. I had to look at it and be like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? So the choice is, what is going to happen with this reverse split, and are you prepared to learn from whatever happens? For me, it sucks watching a lot of money go. A lot of money. It's like, man, but there's many other people that are losing a lot more. They're making money. And that's just the world that we live in. And so when it comes out to the reverse split, a lot of people are counting on this. They're like, hey, it's going to happen. All right, well, we can't guarantee anything. If anything, MicroCloud Hologram has been one of the most unpredictable stocks I've ever seen. MicroAlgo has potential of going up within a year, but MicroCloud Holograms does random pops. When it pops, it goes straight down. It goes straight down on the downcline. Now, a lot of people are like, maybe we're going to get some news. Maybe we're going to get good earnings statements. And one thing that I can do is control what I can control. And I've seen many other true bona fide stocks go up. There has been success like Polestar. Some of you guys mentioned, oh, I bought Polestar when I told you, I think 2 weeks ago. So you're looking at it, it's a nice, it's doing great. But guess what? I made a video yesterday, and I like to tell you guys my losses. I mean, it's reality. I could come back and it comes stronger, but this is a reality. I listened to a YouTuber who all they do is analyze technicals, sitting behind a seat on their computer, and they told me that, oh, it's gonna go down. Polestar is gonna go down. So I wouldn't touch this. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. Knowing what I know and the conviction that I had, I said, hey, you know what? EV companies are on the rise. It might not boost today, but it's going to boost sometime. The next day, I sold it. Look, I sold all of my Polestar yesterday. in the hopes of it going down and buying it on the low. It went up. Now it did go down, but it went back up. Now it's a potential that I could get it low tomorrow. But this is the thing. I forgot in that moment about myself and the lessons that I've learned within life. I'm going to tell you this. Emotions have to be removed out of the stock market. This is what a lot of the experts say. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't advise anybody. But emotion has to be removed out of it. And you have to be mindful of the success that you get every single day. The decision that you make every single day. Somebody like me can tell you, hey, I'm looking at this stock, I'm reading the news. The reason why I look at the chart but I read the news more is because the sentiment, the news is what matters more. Emotions matter more for other people when you are in control. The 1% hears the earnings statement of NVIDIA and say, you know what? It's not as what I thought it would be. So they withdraw. It's not what we thought. Everybody retail, they said, oh, it's going to go up and it's great. That's not what the 1% saw. They make their money. They have people that sit behind a computer and all they do is see the numbers, the trajectory, the EMAs, the this, the that, the blah blah, the technicals. While there are some that look at the technicals, there are some that base it off of feeling and potential, and they make millions of dollars. While the technicals make pennies comparable to those that just stay convicted. Let me tell you something. I have a Roth IRA. I like to be as transparent as possible. I have a Roth IRA, right? And so when that comes down to the Roth IRA, I have made 7% with my Roth IRA because I follow what the experts do. On top of that, I listen to more like stable individuals. But when it comes down to my penny stocks, I'm suffering in order to take the risks. I'm taking the risk. See, I don't just have my stocks. I don't single stocks. I don't just have penny stocks. I have my big players. I have my penny stocks. I diversify. I have my Roth IRA. It goes up, it goes down, but it always stays consistent. It goes up. And then I have my savings in a high yield savings account. Then I have my own. So I diversify myself, and that's what I want for you. If you got to this point in this video, you're sitting with me like, man, I'm one big breakthrough. But this is the thing. A lot of these lessons that we learn right now, we want to say, oh, it doesn't make sense. But it does make sense in the grand scheme of things. If I did not know that, hey, you know what? I lost 15,000. What happens if it's 15 million? Stay convicted. You made the purchase. If you're not a day trader, you're not looking at technicals, you don't got $25,000 in your Robinhood so you can go ahead and play with the market, stay locked in. Lose it all if you have to. If you're picking single stocks, lose it all in pennies. Not the big players like NVIDIA and stuff like that. That's tragic. That's crazy. But in my opinion, I'm prepared to lose it all when it comes down to a penny stock because I'm choosing lottery ticket items, hoping that it scratches off and I go green. I'm a truck driver. Many people say, oh, you're poor or you make money. But it doesn't matter. One thing is that I wear oversized shirts, right? I got muscles underneath this shirt. I got a six-pack. I have all this stuff. I wear an oversized shirt, and a lot of people perceive me to be small. Trust me, I was a lot smaller a year ago. I did so much dang good at work. I woke up in the morning, I was stressed out. I'm not even gonna get into it. But sometimes, a lot of us, we want to get to the riches. We want to get status. And I'm talking to myself at this point. I want riches. I want status. I want everybody to see that I am worth something in this world. I create a YouTube channel to document my journey because maybe somebody can go back and see my beginnings. That I have an anchor to see, okay, you know what? I made the right decision. Look, I bought Holo. It went up to 60 cents. I felt like I was on top. It dropped down to the lowest of the low. Everything didn't go as to plan. But I came all this way, stressed all this time to walk away, to say, you know what? I'd rather see it burn than learn that I missed out on a blessing. Because I'm not doing a crime. I'm not hurting nobody. I'm not doing anything that's going to be detracting out of my life. Money can be made. I guarantee you the money that I lost, I can go Uber Eats right now. I can go try to figure out a second job to get that money back. I'm going to be spending time in order to get money. But the one thing is that I'm never going to know if I don't take a chance. Everybody told me before I was a truck driver, everybody told me, this ain't for you. This is not what you're built for. You're not a truck driver. It became the biggest, strongest standpoint when a lot of stuff came crashing down in my own life. Trucking is what held that anchor. This channel ain't just about stocks. It's about me looking back and you gaining. I want you to win. Some of these people, look, I've created the fantasy Pennystock football because I thought it was a great way to analyze. It took time. It took forethought. It took a lot. I'm a truck driver. I'm sitting here making a document, a PNG for you to download so you can keep track of stuff, to make it fun, to see where you went wrong, where you went right. A lot of people, they analyze, they pick, they do this, but look, yeah, I'm gonna charge $1. $1. People over here talking about Discord. Oh, okay, I created a Discord. I barely got it built up, so they're charging for that. I ran into YouTube channels just like that. It's totally free. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but I'm seeing that people are interested. I'm taking a shot, man. You guys compliment me and stuff like that, and I 100% appreciate it. But I never felt like, oh, okay, you know what, I'm doing a service. No, you guys are doing a service to me. You have no idea. You know, the saddest thing in my world right now is that I want to be a good person. I always heard, oh, you're a good person, you're a good person. And everything that I've been through has made me into a more so of a colder individual, a more distant, hurt individual. And I never wanted to be that way. If I had to run into my old self, it would be astonished of what I accomplished, but the mindset that I gained. And so this is like my service to the world, to help somebody that is begging right now. Somebody they're using a phone, they're on the computer, they're doing something, they're in a different country, waiting for a blessing, something to fall on their lap in order for them to get just a chance. They have less than what I have. And if I can just help that person, ever since I was a kid, that's all I wanted to do. I almost lost sight of it. But this is my opportunity to help somebody, to get them out, so they can move in the way they want to move. Who knows? I might run into them and they're a CEO of a company. See, that's what's crazy. Videos reach more than what you think. And I'm not looking for a payout. I'm not looking for somebody to give me something, to pat me on the back. All I know all my life is that I mess up everything. So when people compliment me, I don't know how to receive it. Maybe that's something I got to get accustomed to, but I appreciate you guys. I appreciate that one person. Like I said, if it's only one person that decided to spend $1 to buy something I created, one person to watch a video and comment and like, that's all that matters. Everything else is a bonus. Me trying to get to a 500 subscribers, 1,000, 100,000, that's extra. Sometimes you gotta look at that individual approach, and a lot of people, we go throughout this world and we work or we operate not knowing that everybody else has a story. I remember my ex told me man, you know how to make people seem interesting. I said, they're not. It's not seem. People don't seem interesting. It's just they are interesting. Everybody has a different kind of caveat. Now, some people are a little boring. Some people aren't very, intelligent. Some people don't know how to talk. Some people are very shy, but yet they are talented in such spirited ways you have no idea. But when it comes down to Holo, everybody's counting on a reverse split. A reverse split. When we don't have any information. We have options on the table. But the one thing is, I didn't come all this way to lose. See, me withdrawing, I lost. Me seeing my money go to zero, that's not a loss, man. That's not a loss. That's a lesson. That's a lesson. That I'm in a position to even invest. That I'm on this side, mindset wise. I'm not buying a Gucci belt that costs $500. Man, I bought a Versace belt thinking like, oh, I made it. This was years ago. I'm gonna tell you, that belt meant nothing other than a symbol of necessity of validation. So keep on doing what you're doing. And this is one thing that I can say. I'm not somebody analyzing a stock and telling you I would buy or won't buy. I've already bought it. I'm already in there. I'm with you. I'm a blue collar man driving a truck just trying to take a detour towards wealth. And I want to take you guys with me. Everybody that spends their time. Because I watch so many people. See, this is the thing. Shout out to these people, man. Let me do a quick YouTube shout out. You got some people. Let's see. You got Chris Sane, right? Even let's see. We got Chris Sane. We have the Creative Investor. We have Meet Kevin. And let's see. Another person who put me on was Big Ward the Genius. I have to say, even though he's kind of controversial, Richard Fame. Even though I'm not happy with certain things with what Richard Fame has to say, but it is what it is. Another person, Reversal Trader King. All these other people. I watch all these channels, man, they might have fed me some bad information at one point, but ultimately I'm the one that has to use my brain and my logic. And of course I'm not seasoned. I don't have 10 years in the stock market, but I've been in the stock market ever since the first Roaring Kitty. I didn't even get into the stock market because of him. I just bought AMC and I got lucky. Bought it at 13 and went to 34. Now it's where it is. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. I know this might have to do a little bit, it has a little bit to do with reverse split, but it has to do with your mindset. And I want a lot of people to understand that it only takes 1 minute, 1 second, 1 minute, 1 week, 1 day, whatever it is, to change your life. And typically it's a culmination of either good decisions or bad. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to join the Discord. Also, my fantasy penny stock football is in the Beacons link. It's $1 in order for you to keep track of your penny stocks. I'll be uploading a video tomorrow giving you guys a tutorial via private. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. And I will catch all of you, Familia de Dinero, in the next one. Adios.